This video provides a brief overview of how to set up and conduct a few simple pre-operations checks of the count rate meter used to respond to an alarm. The Ludlam Model 3 is a portable count rate meter. Combined with the Pancake Geiger-Müller or GM probe, you will be able to conduct a thorough survey of individuals who may be contaminated with radioactive material. Note that this instrument will detect an isotope that emits beta or gamma radiation and is not used for alpha contamination. All medical and the majority of industrial isotopes that you are likely to encounter will be detectable by this survey instrument. In the kit, you have the meter, the probe, and a cable. Prior to assembling the unit, make sure that it has been calibrated within 1 year of use. This information is provided on the side of the meter. Begin by examining the integrity of each component. First, look at the survey meter and check that it is intact. No dents on the corners or cracks on the display. Next, examine the cable for any obvious damage such as cracks or crimps. Last, remove the red cap if one is provided that is over the probe. Check the window for damage. As this component is susceptible to damage, make sure that the red cap is placed on the probe when it is not in use. Once you have determined that the 3 components are undamaged, you are ready to assemble the unit. Begin by attaching the cable to the probe. There are pins to help guide the cable in place. Apply a bit of pressure and turn until you feel a click. Attach the other end of the cable to the meter. Apply a bit of pressure and turn until you feel that click. Next, open the battery compartment by turning the thumb screw and install 2D batteries. Note the polarity indicated inside the compartment's cover. With the batteries properly inserted, close the cover and lock in place. Note that the switch has multiple positions. Move the dial from off to bat. The needle should register within the bat test range. Do not proceed if the batteries are not in good condition. Moving the dial from bat to 0.1, you will need to select the range on the dial where you can best see the position of the needle. If the needle registers far to the left or far to the right, choose the range and note the counts per minute. It is very important that you record not only the counts per minute, but also the range where the switch is set. Failure to accurately record the counts per minute could lead to inaccurate action for a potentially contaminated individual. Note that there are 2 toggles, 1 button, and 1 switch on the meter. The first toggle allows you to hear the counts as the meter registers them. In a noisy hospital environment, you may want to have the audible switch set to on. However, be aware that this may add to the stress level for some individuals being surveyed. Very low levels of contamination will register what will sound like a very high count rate. The second toggle is labeled with an F or an S. For contamination monitoring, set the toggle to S for slow response. The RES button will allow you to set the instrument back to 0. Let's check the function of the meter responding to a check source. With the dial placed to 0.1 and with no radiation sources in the area, remove the red cap from the probe. Note the display and record your background level. In this case, the background is below 100 counts per minute. Place the face of the probe over the check source. A check source may be affixed to the side of the detector, or you can obtain one from your radiation safety officer. There is a label next to the check source that provides an expected response range in counts per minute. If the counts per minute displayed are within the acceptable range specified on the label, then you're good to go.